Hello and welcome to Coffee with Dr. Carla. I'm Dr. Carla. I'm really glad that you're here with me today. As you can see, we are not in the office. We are out and about. And one thing that I have been, struggling with over the last few months is getting buried under a whole bunch of crap that obviously needs to get done, but then I start to fall to the side because I'm not doing what I need to do to take care of myself in the meantime. And so I feel like, I got buried under this just giant pile of things, and I had to figure out my way out. I know we've talked about in the past how to do self-care and create a routine and making priorities and all that fun stuff, but there's sometimes that despite our best efforts, it doesn't happen. And then despite our best efforts, by the time we realize that we haven't been doing the things we know we need to do to keep ourselves well and sane, we end up getting buried. And so then we have to figure out how to get out from underneath all the junk. And it might come to the point where we need to do a full-blown reset. And so I'm out here at Lake Catherine today on purpose because sometimes that reset could be as simple as spending time out in nature and really just enjoying the different things that are out here. Right now we're in one of their heritage gardens. If you've been out to Lake Catherine at all, you know they've got this awesome waterfall, and then they have a beautiful path that goes around their lake. And so it's a great place to become rejuvenated. There's other places like this, like the Morton Arboretum, that's really good. Waterfall Glen's another one that I really like. I mean, if you're into nature at all, getting out there is a great way to start to rejuvenate and come back and create a reset for yourself. Sometimes it needs to be a little bit more guided and intentional. So it might be attending a class, right? Attending a sound bath, or perhaps if you're interested in, say, painting or photography, taking one of the non-credit classes from like Moraine Valley or South Suburban, a way to kind of tap into your creativity, something that brings you joy, will also help with the reset. And sometimes it needs to be even bigger than that. So like maybe then we need to jump to something like a retreat, right? And so retreats can be something that happens just for one day, maybe a couple hours, to something that's overnight, to even a week-long retreat. There's retreats that are focused on just chilling and hanging out in nature. There's other ones that are focused on yoga and things of that nature. And so there's all sorts of things that you can find to help you reset. And so when all is said and done, you got to figure out like what's going to be best for you. If you're like me and you allowed yourself to get a little too far along, a little too buried, you might have to do a couple things. So you might find yourself out in nature and taking a class, and then maybe going to a one-day retreat so that you can get yourself together. All right, so once you get that going, then the key is, all right, how am I going to keep this routine going? Not that you have to go to a retreat every weekend and you have to take a class every week, right? Like that's not what we're looking for. Like once you get that reset, how can you get yourself back to that place where you can fall back into your self-care routine so that you don't get buried by all of the garbage again? And like, I would love to say that now that I'm unburied, I'll never get buried again, but well, that would just be plain old lying. That just isn't going to happen. But the goal is to prevent it from happening for as long as I possibly can. So if you're feeling where you're out of sorts, things aren't just going right, you feel like nothing you're doing is quite working, you feel overwhelmed, etc., chances are great you're not doing your self-care routine. If you've been feeling like that for a while, chances are you haven't been doing your self-care routine for a while. So you're going to probably need to do a reset. So take a pick. Let's come out into nature. Let's go do, some class. Shameless plug here. We are collaborating with several other practices to have a one-day retreat here at Lake Catherine. okay? And it's all about setting intentions and embracing them and getting yourself recharged and, you know, hitting that reset button for yourself. And so all the details for our retreat are in the description below, so please check that out. Again, I'm going to shamelessly plug, even if you can't go, share it with somebody else. You know, maybe a bunch of you want to start to hit the reset button. And maybe you're not in that position where you have, but maybe you just want to take good care of yourself, right? So something like that would still be useful. So until next time, keep working on being the best you possible. Bye for now.